There's one.
Yeah. Good morning, or good evening, that is.
Good evening.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Pretty good, but a little bit tiring day.
Tiring day at school? Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Allen.
Nice to see you, Dilfuza. Yeah,
Hi. How are you?
we are good. How are you today?
Good.
All right.
Fine.
Hope it was a good day at school.
Yeah. We have just finished it and came home.
And no rest, immediately online with us.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to see you. We'll wait for some friends. Is it warm? Has spring arrived?
No, it's still cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any
It's still
snow?
cold here. No.
No, just cold.
No.
Cold
Just
at night.
cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, we were warm for a while and now it's cold again.
Nice to see you again. We are looking forward to spring.
Yeah,
To
we
meet you
are.
again.
Yeah, it'd be nice to come back and see everyone.
Yeah.
Yep. So how is school going? Class
Good,
with-
actually.
Yeah?
Good.
Good.
Yes, I'm using most of the activities that I have learned from you. And I'm practicing them with my access class also. So everything.
Yeah. Tell me about your access class. Is it a lot of students?
It's there are 3 groups of students. So in my group I have 15 students.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how
it's
old are
just-
they? Are they high school students? Ninth
They
and
are not high school students. They are just 14 and 15 years old.
Okay. And this is a new group you just started with them?
Yeah, this is the new group.
Okay.
We started in December.
Yeah.
And will you have them till the end of the school year?
Yes, until the end of the school year. Then we have a summer break. Then we can begin in September again.
Okay.
And is it a different group, like from September till December? Or always the same group?
Always the same. Always the
Good
same.
evening.
Group,
Yeah. Good morning, Feruza.
Good morning. Good morning,
Good
Alan.
evening,
Johnny,
actually.
how
We'll
are
say-
you?
I'll
Good.
get my time zones. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry for being late. Yeah,
Oh.
let me text to teachers. Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead and text, folks. Yeah. I was really interested to hear about Dilfuza's work with Access. It sounds really interesting.
Yes, yes. Yeah, we had yesterday a conference. I shared mini TESOL conference. I shared Johnny's right and left story for the beginning.
Oh.
Good.
In a conference, Dilfuza, you can share some photos with Mr.
Okay.
Allen's group.
Yeah.
Yesterday's, yeah.
That's a good
Okay.
one. That's a good one you
Yeah.
can do with a
Second.
big group.
All of them took photos of
Yeah.
out and some of them took videos, but still waiting. Please, I texted them, send your videos because they really like it.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
and
Activity.
And you can they can stand and move, they can do it so many
Yeah,
different
yeah.
ways, and it's such a good one to do with a big group.
Yeah, exactly.
Do
Yeah,
it
big
in an
group.
auditorium, like if you're, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Just a minute. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
thanks. If you can encourage folks, we'll be patient with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning, Akbar.
I like your picture, Akbar. His photo.
Akbar, where are you, Akbar?
He's muted himself.
He's
Ah,
he's
yep.
in
That's okay. We can do chat.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yes. He's in Kushkopir. That's why in Kushkopir village the access is not so good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's why he might be. Yeah.
yeah. I'm curious, is that village far from Irgench?
Yes, 25 kilometers,
Okay.
30 almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll excuse you not talking if it eats up all your bandwidth. That's okay. You can participate in chat.
I look at your picture and I expect you to move and you don't move. Okay, 25.
Yeah.
clicks.
Yeah, well, I think I'd shared that we didn't have snow yet. I should put up a picture here. Let me find it. Got way too many tabs that I could share here. Let me see. That's what I wanted. I go there. This is this morning. We have snow back. It's winter time.
With rain, freezing rain.
We had all the trees are covered with ice. We had rain the other day, then it froze. Those are our dogs out playing out in our yard. So
I can't see it. Are you sharing this photo?
I
You
am.
have dog.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not visible.
Yep. Can you see our photo?
No,
No,
it's
no.
not visible.
It's not visible. Okay, let me play here. Let me get my system worked out here this morning. Let's try again. Let's see if that's coming through.
Oh, I see it. Winter is back in Vermont.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very beautiful.
that's looking out our bedroom window at our dogs playing in our yard.
Ah,
This
dogs, yeah. Dogs are playing.
Yep, they were very happy. And
This is what I woke up to one morning. Let's
yeah,
see if it
here, let
shows.
me,
Let me see if it works.
I'll stop the
Oh.
share. And Joni can show you, this is,
This is what I woke up to one morning.
Wow. Wow.
It was so bright.
So beautiful. Yeah.
Colors.
Yeah, beautiful.
So
Looks like-
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like you showed
Yeah.
the sun. It's different colors, which I learned
Yeah.
there
first
you
in
go.
my
There it
It's
life.
a, it's a good lesson on when you see a sunrise.
So why did it wake me up? What about that one? Black.
Yeah.
Good morning, Gulnur. Good morning.
Good evening.
Good
In
evening.
our country, yeah.
Yeah,
Second
How
year.
are you doing?
we are
I
well,
hope
thank you.
Everything's okay.
Everything is
Good.
good.
I totally forgot about the meeting.
Oh,
just-
nope.
I
Nope.
just came home from work.
Yeah, you had a busy day. I understand. It's kind of after a long day of work, I'm not sure that I would be excited to go on and talk to the two Americans either.
At least you remember because you know usually we forget.
Yeah.
We wait for our wake up call from
Perusa, yes,
Perusa to wake us
yes.
up.
She hasn't had to wake us up in a couple days.
So you haven't started yet, yes?
We have
No,
not
we're just
started
trying to
yet. Nope.
wait.
We're gonna give
Yes,
a few more
they are
minutes for
joining.
Perusa.
We can start. Yeah.
Okay.
They will join.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and start so we can be done at 8 o'clock your time, 10 o'clock our time. So, and folks will just kind of drop in. So I was going to start with just kind of a share. I was going to go before that. Let me go back a couple slides, but yeah, this is again one of these relationship builders that sometimes I will use. You know, I did it the last time on what color and what kinds of things, superheroes. This is another one I like is, you know, anything related to pets. So I'm curious, if you could have any pet in the world, what pet would it be? Okay. And so I'm going to get my chat open. I got to find it. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so that I can see. So if you could have any dog in the world, any kind of dog, I'm curious, what would you have?
I may start.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead. Tell us.
So, several years ago, I used to have a dog with a breed called Bull Terrier, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh.
It's spelled in English like this or not, I don't know. In Russian, we call it Bull Terrier.
How
So
would you?
it's the mix of bulldogs and terriers.
Oh, okay. A bull terrier, maybe?
Yeah.
That might
Bull
be in
Terrier.
English. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Its color was black, middle height, and
Yeah.
I really enjoyed having such kind of pet because they are very dedicated.
Yeah.
We used to have some games with someone else. So I'm the owner. So we need to, for this game, we need to have someone else to choose to make the dog choose between me or between someone close. So yeah,
Ah.
this dog used to choose me always without any exceptions. They are very dedicated. So
Yeah.
my choice is Bull Terriers.
Yeah. So bull terrier. Anybody else have a favorite kind of dog?
I don't have any dog. I'm afraid of dog.
Oh, you'd have to meet our dogs. You would like our dogs. Yeah.
What's the breed of your dog?
So we have two dogs,
Mhm.
and let me get there. There are our two. So here's pictures. We have ours Alaskan Husky or Siberian Husky. That's
Mhm.
Kenai.
Oh,
Yep. And
great.
so these pictures are 7 years ago when she was a little puppy with our son Mac, and you might recognize Sasha up there with her little puppy. And then we have our German Shepherd, Ushi, and she has really
Mhm.
floppy ears. And so that's where the name Ushi came from. Those are our favorite kind of dogs.
Great.
Yeah. Yep. And Huskies have been, we lived in Alaska, so Huskies are really popular. Yep.
Yeah.
But probably more dogs in America than in Uzbekistan, I think. We're kind of
The ones
people really enjoy dogs here.
the ones we saw when we were there were more like your strays. They kind of like, I noticed a lot of dogs would start wandering around and then somebody owned them, but you didn't know where they were coming from.
Yeah. All right. So an alpaca. Oh, those are beautiful dogs. Yeah. Yep. Used to guard our house. Yeah. Our dogs are very friendly. They don't guard anything. They will, if you come to steal our stuff, they will lick you and help you.
They bark at the neighbors' cats
Yeah.
and chickens.
All right. So again, there's our picture of our dogs out playing. They were very happy this morning. Well, Kenai, our husky, is very happy with snow, but Ushi, not so much. She doesn't like snow very much. She has her jacket on. All right. Well, Joni's going to lead you with an activity that is kind of an energizer. And
I call it kind of a brain teaser, kind of makes them really think. And you could do this one with, you can put people into small groups or you could do it all as one big group. I like to do it like maybe 5 or 6 people in a group, and you can tell, because they'll have to like work together to kind of problem solve or figure something out. So I'm going to give you this challenge, and it's going to call one word. I'm going to give you letters, and I'm going to ask you to always create one word. So you will show me, can you make one word? So I'm going to give you the first 3 letters.
And
You ready?
You're on screen right now, so you can just do them here.
Oh,
Yep.
do you have it?
Go ahead and start it, and then we'll
Okay.
switch to that. So the first one, when we do it live, we do it with these cards like this.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I make my own little cards out of paper. And just a key, when you do this, I don't know if we're mirrored, but
No, you're not.
I put the little one on the back. So this is my first set of cards that I give a group.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so these are it. That's how I do it.
And so let me go, I'll go back and share my screen because I also have it as a slide for you. So
We'll do it a little easier with us as a group here.
okay, so there's your first is N, D, and E. And if you could in the chat.
Tell me what word, one word that you can spell with these 3 letters.
Anybody see a word that you
What
get out of that?
word, one word.
Do we need to tell it or write it in the chat?
You can
You
say
can
it out
say
loud.
it.
You can put it in there. Yep, I see the word end. Anybody see
Yeah.
another word?
Yep, spell one word.
And
Yep. Yep, end is definitely an option.
then
Den
Good.
would be another
Good.
option. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Cool.
Awesome.
Okay. So that's really, as far as I know, that's all we're going to get out of that is we could get end and den.
And that's what you'll want to see for if they can come up with one of those, or if they might come up with 2 in your group, that's fine. So then as soon as that group and you have all have done this challenge, now I'm going to give you another letter. So this one is R, and I would throw it down on the group table or on the floor, however working. And now
nerd.
I want you to spell one word. Who said nerd? Good job. I love that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does anybody know there's a second word you can get out of those 4? Does anyone have other than nerd?
Red. The red.
Good.
Yeah, rend. That's not
Okay.
as common of a word. Okay, but we
Just
got
say.
4 there.
Now I am going to throw out the next letter that you get.
So now you've got an O to add to the mix.
Spell one word.
Can anybody come up with one word with those 5 letters? This one's a little tricky.
And as you can see,
Yes.
Can anybody come up with a word? Okay. Yep, if you have it, go ahead and put it in. Orden. Okay, I'm not sure if that, I see Odin, but it leaves out the R, Orden. Orange is missing a G.
Yes, it says no G.
Okay.
Narrow.
Would you like a hint?
Yeah.
Think of something that flies.
Yes, it's a big thing right now that flies over certain.
Drone.
Yeah.
Yep. You can have the word drone out of those. Okay.
And as you notice, as we go along, it's going to take more time for the group.
Yeah.
Some will start getting frustrated. And some of them, it might take a while before they answer it.
And
that's okay.
And it's definitely easier in person with cards because you can move them around.
Yeah, people
start moving them, kind of like when we have.
Okay,
right,
so your next one
W?
is W. And it works really good on the tabletop because people can start playing with these cards and trying to figure it out. So spell me one word.
New is a word, but we need
All of them.
6 letters.
Ah,
Gotta use all the letters to spell
There is,
one
there
word.
is one word that you can get with
Ah.
all of those.
Can you tell us the first letter?
Oh,
Which one's
well,
the
let's
first one?
see. I wonder what that first letter I could give you. I wonder, maybe I'll start with a W. I wonder if that would help you.
It's wonder.
Ah!
one.
Vilposa is quick.
This is very good. That
Okay.
end,
Yeah, you could
there's
have got-
another
You
one.
could have gotten the word downer out of that.
Yeah, that was a downer that I had to give you the first word. W.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so,
drown is close. Okay,
yeah.
but drown leaves out the E. So it's close, but not quite all the letters. Okay.
So your goal is to use, I'm gonna give you one more letter, and I want you to spell me one word with all of them. One word. Good luck.
They've got an O now.
Oh,
Yeah, that came early. That was on the last one. Anybody see?
Okay, can you tell me the first letter, please?
oh,
Well,
that'll,
that would
that's a
might.
game show, you know, like. You have
Can
It's
you
a
to,
phone a
little more
friend?
difficult.
yeah, it's a game show where you have to buy a letter or you,
Yeah.
you pay for the letter.
Can I buy?
You can buy a vowel.
Wow. Okay.
Spell one word.
One word.
I'm just asking you to spell one word for me.
And my hint will be Metafat had a really good guess a little while earlier.
Yeah, if you go through the chats.
Anybody see one word you could form with those letters?
Okay, I'm gonna give you one hint.
Maybe the answer is one word. Just
One word. Yeah.
Good job, you
One
got
word.
it.
Good job.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of a fun little game. You can pull that off once with a class.
Yeah, you're not gonna do it again.
We won't be able to ever do that again with you. But as you can see in the slide deck that I'll give you, the slide deck is set up just like this. So going back through it, you could do this, give them that, give them that, give them that, or you could just do it live.
It's kind of fun doing it live because they start moving the cards around and they're seeing other words and.
Yeah. And so with that, I've got a new story for you. Okay. And so I'm going to set up my slides here for you. So get out of that. Modify what I'm going to do. I'm going to scope that. Okay. And here is my first question for you. Is back to Zoom. There we go. All right. So we're going to talk about school today. And with school. Okay. And so since we're going to talk about schools, what I thought I'd do is start and ask you, think about your schools when you went to school. Okay, when you were small, we all went to school. A lot of us became teachers, have good memories of schools. Okay. Well, my first question is, thinking back to your school, what do you remember the most? Okay. So either somebody can tell me that. Okay. or we could put some notes in chat. But what do you remember about your early schools? Back when you were, think back as far to some good memories. What kind of things do you remember? Can anybody share a good memory from school?
Yeah, I can
can.
remember the cafeteria of our school.
Ah, the cafeteria is what you remember.
Oh, yeah.
Good food?
Yeah, good food, very good.
It was chocolate milk.
Yep.
Yeah,
Anybody else? What else do you remember about your early school? We've heard about a cafeteria.
and my classmates. I sometimes
Classmates.
meet them.
Yeah.
Oh, a park.
I remember
Yeah.
the feelings.
Yeah.
The
It
ceiling.
I remember the
reminds me.
feelings it used to give me. Sometimes awkward, sometimes happy.
Yeah.
I have a situation that happened to me when I was at the 4th grade. So I woke up and went to school. Everybody started looking at me in a strange way all way long. So I went to school. I found out that there was no one at school. There
Oh,
was no one. And someone came. It was a teacher or someone and said that it was Sunday. So I went to school on Sunday sometimes by mistake.
yeah.
I remember these situations.
Yeah. Yep. That would be a memory. I see lots of memories
Yeah.
about friends, about teachers.
Yes,
Okay. The
teachers,
schools
first
are
teacher.
definitely the people, right? And I think that's a good reminder to us as we think back, because, in 20 years, when our students look back, they're probably going to remember us. We're going to be the memory. That's kind of when we engage our kids and we get them excited. We're making good memories for them. And that's really important. I don't know about you. That's why I do my job. That's something that gets me going. But we're going to talk about the building today. The building itself, the actual school where school happens, because that's what my book's about. Okay. And so we're going to go inside that building. And if I was doing this with a group of students, I'd now build some vocabulary. Okay. Because there's a lot of words that we can use to describe schools. And I might ask students to tell me, what's your favorite part of school? Is it the science classroom? Is it the cafeteria? Is it the playground? Is it this office or that office? Is it the gym? Okay. And so just like when we talked about if we build a car, when we did that together, we built vocabulary. I build this list of vocabulary of places in schools. Okay. Because literally the book we're going to read is just like If I Built a Car, but it's from Chris Van Dusen again. And this is a boy, Jack, who's going to build the perfect school. Okay. And so if he's building the perfect school, okay, the question I've got is, what do you think he might have in it? Okay. If your students were to design their perfect school, what kind of fancy ideas? What do you think they might want to do differently? Does anybody have any ideas? Where do you think Jack's going to go? And you can say them out loud, or you can put them in the chat. What do you think he's going to do? What do you think we're going to get from Jack? What do you think your students would design in their school?
Maybe McDonald's.
They probably would change the cafeteria, wouldn't they? Yeah. What else might they do?
McDonald's.
Maybe beds to take a nap during the break.
Oh, a sleeping area. I
Yeah,
like that.
sleeping.
We should have that for teachers. A smart board, big,
Yeah.
big that you could write on. I see that. Yep. Okay. Any other ideas?
Playground.
And
Big playground.
Oh, like Disneyland.
Like Disneyland. Well, I think you're thinking like Jack now. You got kind of Jack's idea. This is going to be Jack's school. And while I'm reading this, what I'd like you to do is, could you grab a piece of paper and something to write with? Because I like the vocabulary in this. I'm going to ask you, as we're going through, to find 5 words. Again, we're going to focus on words today. We kind of had Joan's one word, focusing on just one. And I want you to find 5 words that you really like from this story. Maybe they're new words, maybe they're words. Since I would be teaching this to English students who are learning this as a second language, they might be words you haven't used in a while. Just words you're like, oh, that's a good word. And at the end, I'm going to ask you for some 5 words. Okay. I love the idea of a huge screen to watch football and other stuff. Yeah. All right. So well, let me go in here. Oops. Let me get my chat back so I can go in there, and I'm going to share my screen and read you a story. All right. So there we go. All right. So these are some of Jack's ideas. This is actually, if you opened up the front cover, Jack kind of brainstormed. He had some brainstorms just like you. These are some kind of, it's part of the design process, his ideas he liked, he didn't like. Okay. And so we're going into the story. Okay. So your target, 5 words from this story that you'll share with me at the end. All right. So Jack on the playground said to Miss Jane, "This school is okay, but it's pitifully plain. The builder who built this, I think, should be banned. It's nothing at all like the school I have planned." And so if I was trying to grab words quickly, I know the words I might grab out of this page. Pitifully. It's such a good word. I just like pity, pitifully. Something that is so sadly plain. Or banned. Something that's not allowed. Those might be 2 words that I would grab. Okay. All right. And so the way I'm going to read this to you, the way I have this set up in the slide deck is I'll show you the words first. And the other thing I'd like you to do, since we're focusing on words, is I want you to see if you can imagine what this page is going to look like, because then the page is going to be what he has. So here's Jack talking. If I built a school, the first thing you'd meet are lots of cute puppies. They'd flock to your feet. But why stop at puppies? Why not a whole zoo? So I'd add a big bunch of animals too. Okay, so Jack's talking about the entrance to his school. What's the thing you're going to see when you first walk in? So try to build a picture in your brain of what you think Jack's imagining with his words. And here's what he's thinking. That's the entrance to Jack's school. And so just like if I built a car, he's got this beautiful illustrations with words kind of off to the side. You can see we've got dogs running over on the right. He's got the puppies, but he's got a whole zoo in his entrance to his school. Okay. And puppies, yay, I'm with you, Feruza. We like puppies. Puppies would make a happy school, wouldn't they? All right. Well, here's the second. Right off the lobby to get to your class, I'd set up a system of tubes made of glass. You hop in a pod, press the number, then zoom. In under 10 minutes, you're right at your room. In under 10 seconds, excuse me, you're right at your room. So he's talking about how the school, how you're going to move around the school. We walk through hallways in my school. How do you think you'd move around Jack's school? Can you build a vision of what you think he's thinking of in your head? Okay. And I'll show you. Here's what he's thinking. A series of pods. So pods are those little cars, series of tubes. So this is you hop in your car and you go to your class. Kind of like Disneyland, I think. All right. Okay, so let's talk about our classrooms. All of the classrooms are built onto towers that sprout from the schoolyard like colorful flowers. And like giant petals that welcome the day, the roofs open up in a similar way. Panels fold back and they let in the sun, which frankly makes being there that much more fun. Okay, so build an image of that. Might have some words you like from this. I like the word sprout. Maybe, let's see, panels, some unusual vocabulary there, colorful. Okay, and here's what Jack's thinking of for his classrooms.
On the tower.
On the towers, and see how they look like flowers with petals that open up. Okay. And so this is another way I like to read a story with students is sometimes I show them the pictures to hook them. Other times I'll show them the words and see if they can build their image. So they're starting to use the words. It really helps their oral language. It's just a different way to read a story. Okay, let's press on. Now come see your classroom. Isn't it grand? That free floating platform is where you would stand. And using a stylus, you write in the air. No blackboard, no whiteboard, no nothing is there. Your words just appear and they magically glow. Don't ask how this works, because I really don't know. So we're about to see inside the classroom, and Jack's kind of talking about how the teacher's going to work, because he's having this conversation with a teacher. So it's kind of like your words are just going to appear. They're going to magically glow. So imagine what you might see here. And this is what Jack's thinking about. You can see the classrooms, the pods in the back. You can see how it's just kind of building, but it's this crazy. We talked about having a blackboard. Jack took it one level beyond a smart board. This is like smart air, just writing in the air. All right. Okay. So I'd like you to look at your list, and I'm just curious, throw one of your words in chat. What's the word that you really like? If you've like picked a favorite word so far, what's your word from this story? And I do this part way through just to make sure my students are with me. Okay. So what kind of words are you drawn to? And if you want, you could say them out loud. Go ahead and unmute and say your word if that's easier for you than chat. What's the word that you found so far? Just curious. So, what words have you drawn from our story? Flock, pod, sprout, panels, styles. That's a great list. Towers, petal, classroom. Flock, petals, sprout.
Free floating.
Free floating. Yeah, glow. Pitifully plain. Yeah, that's great language. Petals, hop, sprout, panels. Pitifully, sprout. Sprout.
Everybody's
Yep.
got sprout.
We like sprout. Sprouts, it rolls off your tongue fun. Yep. And it's springtime. Things sprout in the spring, right? We're almost ready for sprouting. Giant petals flock to your feet. Awesome. All right. Well, let me go back to our story. Let's keep seeing Jack's school, the grand classroom. All right. So he's going to now, but you're not the only one floating around. Oh, my things got right in the way of my word. There we go. Check out the desks. They don't touch the ground. These are hover desks. See how they glide? They even have bumpers in case you collide.
Uh-oh.
So Jack's talking about the desks in the room. So see if you can get an image of what he's describing there. What is he trying to create here? What do you think he's talking about with his hover desks? And there you go. I think if you've ever been to a carnival, bumper cars are kind of a fun game where you bump into each other. I'm not sure this is going to be a great classroom. I think it's going to be fun. I'm not sure my students could listen in hover desks. I think I'd worry about that a little bit. But a cool idea from Jack. All right. In my kind of classes, we wouldn't have tests. I'd liven things up with some hologram guests. Here are some samples of what I've been thinking. You might meet a T-Rex or Abraham Lincoln. And so hologram might be a new word. And hologram is this idea of an electronic image that forms out in front of you called a hologram. Okay. And he probably does like the idea of a classroom with no tests. I think that might be a favorite of students. And here's his idea of sitting in classroom and all of a sudden right in front of you, there's T-Rex and there's Abraham Lincoln talking to you live. So you're learning from them live. The library's next, so let's have a look. You won't find your everyday regular book. These books come alive when removed from the racks. They pop up like pop-ups, but pop to the max. And if you're not sure what a book is about, you'll find out quite quickly when something pops out. So he's talking about books that pop. Try to imagine what this might look like. What do you think he's building there? And so if you're reading an American book, there's a famous book called Jack and the Beanstalk. Okay, about Jack who climbs up this beanstalk to go see a giant. Well, if you open it up, that beanstalk pops out of the book. Maybe it's a hologram, I'm not sure. Okay, but that's his idea of a wonderful library with pop-up books. It's off to the gym, and this place is so cool. Around it, please note my perimeter pool. The pool's a deep oval that everyone likes. You race underwater on submarine bikes. Up there is my trampoline basketball court. It's partly a bounce house and partly a sport. There's also a rock wall, and here's something new. I've added some skydiving wind tunnels too. Okay, there's a lot going on in this. Okay, he's got a pool that's a perimeter, and a deep oval. You race on submarine bikes. He's got a trampoline basketball court and a rock wall and a skydiving wind tunnel. What do you think the gym in the school looks like? And here it is. So you can see a pool that goes around the edges, and they're riding their submarine bikes under there with some kind of helmet so they can breathe underwater. Got the tube where you can go skydiving. You got a basketball court so you can slam dunk, you can bounce, and everyone can jump way in the air. So rock wall off on the left. Quite the gym he's imagined. And you mentioned McDonald's, so let's see what Jack thinks about for lunch. I just heard the lunch bell, so let's go and eat. I'd like you to meet my new robo-chef, Pete. He's 20 feet tall and he spins on a gear. You order your lunch in this microphone here. And Pete can make anything simple or weird, from PB and jelly to squid lightly seared. And you might remember we had another story with PB and jelly. Okay, peanut butter and jelly is what so many students bring to their American lunch, a sandwich with bread, peanut butter, jelly. Okay, and so we've got this robo-chef Pete, 20 feet tall, spins around on a gear. You order your lunch with a microphone. Here we go. Robot Pete that serves lunch. Might be even better than McDonald's. I don't know. Serves anything you want, from Jack's getting his PB&J to pizza to, I think somebody's getting some, I think teacher ordered lobster. I like that. If I got a lobster, I'd be happy. Okay.
This might be real dream. Do you think so?
Yes.
Lobster. Yeah, great.
Lobster for every teacher.
Yeah.
It's now time for recess. Let's head out the door. My playground is awesome. So much to explore. Fly on the zip line way up in the sky, or slide down a twisty slide 3 stories high. And after all that, if you're hot and you're beat, then you go tubing. Now that would be sweet. Tubing is kind of the inner tube that would be inside a big tire. We use those sometimes to float down rivers or go tubing in places called water parks. Okay, zip lines are lines that you can fly on kind of in the air. So what do you think their playground's going to look like? There you go. Disneyland for sure. Super slides, zip lines, swings, the pools, those are floating in their little tubes in their pool, driving cars around, riding horses off on the side, some kind of tower off there on the right, all kinds of stuff going on. Now to classrooms. In art, we use sprayers to splash out the paint. In music, we're loud, but our teacher's a saint. And over in science, just one of the features is lab-grown genetically modified creatures. Some great words in there. If you're still looking for a total of 5 words, all you need are 5. Okay, genetically modified, saint, splash. There's some great words there. And here's a picture of those classrooms. You can see them splashing paint, some kind of super tuba there in the music room, some kind of animals that are out of control running genetically modified. It looks like a rhinoceros crossed with a duck, maybe. I'm not sure. Running out of the room, genetically modified. We'll visit new places, travel, explore, because we'll go on field trips galore. My specialty buses will tote us around. They dive underwater, they blast off the ground. And yes, they have wheels like our regular cars, which neatly retract when we rocket to Mars. So field trip is when you leave school and go out in the field, so to speak. So going on a trip from school, these are specialty buses that will take you on those trips. And he's got them designed so he can even go visit Martians on their field trips. The fancy version of the American school bus. My school will amaze you. My school will astound. By far the most fabulous school to be found. Perfectly planned and impeccably clean. On a scale 1 to 10, it's more like 15. And learning is fun in a place that's fun too. So this is a picture of his whole school. There's Jack's school. See how all the parts come together. And the last page, back to his normal school. If I built a school, that's just what I do. And this is a drawing that's in the back of the book. So kind of the idea, one of the big STEM skills is modeling. And so this might be a rough sketch. And oftentimes with students, I'll use this as kind of a starting point to say, oh, I wonder what kind of ideas you now have. Okay. And so I'm curious, let's go back to the chat and let's put our 3 words in there. Okay, so we had a lot of words in there before. Okay, it does look like an opera house in Sydney. Okay, and I agree, I would like to teach in this school. That would be quite the school. That's not quite what my school looks like, not what any of our schools probably look like. Okay, but pop your words in there. And if I was working with students, what I would do now is we'd discuss the book, but I'd have them try to use these words to kind of see what do they remember, because this is kind of their notes. It's kind of like, oh, in this school I can do this, or in this school I can do that. Okay. And if anybody could unmute and try to use some of their words, I'd love to hear that. What are some of the words? Describe Jack's school. What do you remember from it that uses the words that you kind of got from the text? Galore, tote around, blast off, astound, bounce house, bumper, lover, bumper house, hover discs. Okay. Anybody brave enough to kind of unmute and talk to me about the book and use any of their words? What do you remember from it? Maybe it's a favorite part? A sentence might be, I really like. We're shy today.
They're tired.
Maybe some of the teachers tired,
I think
but I would like,
It's a long
yes,
day. That's okay.
yeah.
Making you work after a long day.
This is big
Yeah.
imagination, so I really like these boys' imagination.
Yeah.
I really wanted to live in this school. I
Yeah.
will move there to this school, not to come.
If
You
I
want-
find out where it is,
you
I'll
want-
let you know.
That's because you want
Okay.
Yeah,
lobster.
Yep.
Everything, the design, the imagination, this is important, expanding students' imagination,
Yeah.
like this, creating the like STEM, very like a mind mapping, everything they designed.
Yep.
His imagination, I really liked this one.
Yeah.
Even it mentioned Abraham Lincoln. We were thinking of what to do for Monday class with access teachers discussing. So is it available if we use electronic version of this book?
Yes, there's a video of it, and I'll also share the slides. You could read it off the slides. You
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
I'll make sure I have that this app, by the time, within an hour after our video conference, it'll be available for you.
Yeah,
I'll put it
thank
in that
you.
document. So could use it that way.
Please,
Yeah,
teachers, be active, please. Don't be shy.
yeah. Love to study on the tower. I would agree with you. Yep. Okay. And my follow-up question was, how could you use this with students? What would you get? Because my reading to you isn't active, right? The activity starts when you do something. So that's really my question to you now, having worked with me. I use this with my students. What do you think I do next? What do you think I have my students do?
Maybe you're gonna ask them to think about their own, build their own school using their imagination,
Yeah.
like this one, as by taking an example, this one.
Yeah, and I find students love to design their own school. Sometimes I worry that they're going to get frustrated with their own school. I've never had that happen. They just like to dream. And so sometimes we'll draw. It can be a great drawing activity. If you have the ability, students like to build little models of their school. I built it with Lego. I built it with cardboard.
Yeah, you can make a model, present it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, and it's a great chance for them to practice these same words, and they've got really good examples now to kind of go from Jack that really stretches their thinking. Yeah. So design.
Or maybe by dividing them into groups. In groups, they will design or make a model, or in the posters, and they will present their school in imagination.
Group presentations, maybe we'll divide them into groups and to design their poster presentations. In groups, it might be easier than as a one more follow-up activity. We can give them like a homework assignment. Please come up with your own design.
Yeah.
Also, as a project work, we can use it. Do it as a project work. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I had one idea as we were doing this. If you created all these cards with the different letters, like your alphabet, and you had them sitting on the table, and as a group, they kind of like, can they create any words that came from that story? Could they spell them out? Like, fun, like just hearing language, and then could they make the word on their desktop with it? I don't know. I was just thinking ways that, create 3-letter words that came from the reading.
Yeah.
Or 4-letter words, or, have them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just was thinking.
And you can do a lot of STEM with this as well. If you think of it, there's a lot of science in there in terms of the way the school was designed. Okay, whether it's talking about, you could expand on genetically modified, you could expand on music, you could expand on the science of the playground and swings and slides. And we've had students make marble runs that kind of track that they can kind of create these things. So, and it doesn't have to be big fancy. Some of my best building in my classroom is just with piles of junk. Okay. And I wanted to show, here's one thing that I do in my classes, because sometimes we all have to assess students. We have to find out if they're learning. So I wanted to share, here's one way that I assess with students that I thought might be interesting to you, because we just finished a project and my students made some stuff out of junk and they had to make little robots. And in order to make those little robots, okay, let me get back to here. Okay, so just going to show you this. Let me get back to Zoom. Okay, I'm ready to share my screen. I'll just keep talking out loud to you. All right. So this slide right here, let's see. Okay, if I go to my slideshow, there we go. Okay, so hopefully you're seeing this kind of slide, and how do we find out if we're teaching and doing, and some people, we give tests. But I wanted to show you a test in my room. And this was a test I gave a young lady just last week.
This is the scribble bot I made. It's the Cookie Monster bot. It runs off of a single battery pack. The electricity travels up the red wire, and when the wires are connected, travels down the black wire and makes the motor spin. Motor has a glue stick.
Okay, this is a student named Nora, and I do this with my students all the time. My students make videos for me constantly, and it's my favorite way to give an assessment. Is I ask them, because they're making in my classroom, I ask them 3 questions. What did you make? How does it work? And what problems did you solve? If I was teaching English, I think I would constantly have my students making little videos for me, because I would know if they understood. They could, and I don't like long videos. My videos are always 1 minute, because I can't watch 20 minutes with all my students. That's crazy. I can watch 1 minute videos from 15 students pretty quickly. And so they make me these short videos, and I know more about what they've made and what they understand than if I'd given them the longest test or had them write an essay. And I think it's a really powerful tool. I think you could do it on Telegram. I think you could do it. There's some problems in terms of, I use a program called Flipgrid, but all my students have access to computers. So it's a way to kind of sort out. But I know when I worked with a teacher in Bukhara, we had students from home creating videos with their parents and submitting them to us on Telegram, and it worked. And I just wanted to put it out there as an idea, because it is one of my favorite assessments, and I think it could have some real power. Like right now, if you each made a video for me, I would know whether you understood that story or not very quickly. And so just wanted to put that out there, because I know assessing is a really important part of what we do as teachers. Okay.
One thing I like about it is that they're learning how to present themselves too, verbally, in front of a camera, to be able to talk. And I love that like speaking component of it, that they're learning how to speak. And it's kind of polishing them for public speaking.
Yeah. And I have students watch each other's video. So they have access to everybody's video. I don't take a class where everyone stands up in front and does a presentation. We all do videos, and then we'll take 10 minutes and watch each other's video. It's a much more efficient way, I think, than, I don't know about in your class, but when my students stood up and presented, most of my students were sleeping while the others were presenting. It's hard to get them to pay attention to each other. And so I find videos to be a way to kind of do that, and they get the benefit of that. So just a kind of a closing idea there, because we are time to close off, but I did want to throw one quick poll at you. So here's a quick poll for you. One is we want to make sure we know everyone who's here today, because this would be really helpful for us. I should have been doing this from along, because it's sort of the embassy kind of wants to know this. So if you could just real quickly give me your first name, tell me where you're from, if you're from the Samarkand area, the Urgench area, or I don't think we have anybody from anywhere else. And down here is just what levels do you teach? It can be any feel free to check all the levels if you do kindergarten through 12th grade and teach at the university. This will just be really helpful for us. And, you know, the other thing that we wanted to put out there is the idea that we're only 2 months from coming to see you again. And so we want to start kind of getting your input and planning what's going to be most useful. We're going to be working with Firuza and with Dilbar and Samarkand to kind of make the plans for those days of workshops. But let's see. Akbar, I'm not sure what you need me to send again. Is it the poll? So I just had a note in chat, but if you have ideas of what you would really like us to bring with us, be prepared to do with you, the one piece of feedback I've gotten is I've got a request to see if I can find something about using graphic novels with older students in STEM. So I'm learning about that. I'm not an expert on graphic novels, but I'm going to do some research over the next couple of months and see what I can learn on that. Okay. And, you know, other than that, you know, we're open. You know, we have some ideas on what we want to do. Okay. If you were curious, that's just kind of the results that we have it there. Okay. That's kind of what we had there. But if anybody right now had ideas saying, oh, this is what we're looking forward to when you come, love to hear it, or we'll have a whole section on that in 2 weeks when we get together. We'll probably pause a little bit and talk about getting ready for April, because we want April to be something that's useful for you in a way that kind of takes your learning. Okay. We also want to learn what's worked and what hasn't worked for you and make it better. So with that, that's kind of my wrap up for today, because I've got some other slides and things, but I think we've been together for an hour and it's Saturday night, and I think we should close things off for you. So this will be the point where if anybody wants to stay on and ask us questions, you may. But if you are all set, thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking a time out of your Saturday night. Big shaka to you. And look forward. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you for taking the time. You can sign off. I might stay and talk to Firuza for a minute. Firuza, do you have a minute or two?
What's TRP?
Yes.
Yeah. TRP activities. What is, there was
Energizing activities?
from Dilfuza, more effective TRP activities from Joan, please. What does TRP stand for?
I think
Yeah.
it was
Maybe it's
TPR.
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 Yeah, total physical
response, kind of kinesthetic things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Things that involve movement. Okay. Yeah.
Energize.
Physical.
Energizers. Yep.
Gotcha.
Total physical response. Yep. Things that actually get kids moving. Yeah. Because today wasn't a movement one. Today was a brain movement one. Yep. Okay. Yeah. And those are much more
Those are
helpful in person, right? Those are good in-person things. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
find it like with Zoom, I have to try to find a video that explains it and you can watch it and get ideas. It's
But
hard.
anyway, your online, your in-person classes, all of them are great. Super.
yeah. Well, I appreciate that.
Awesome.
Thank you. We keep
Yeah,
trying
super.
to. I
Yeah.
hope it's useful. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so again, if anybody wants to listen to Firuza and us talk, you are welcome to, but you're also welcome to sign off, because this is just going to be kind of organizer to organizer kind of conversation. But Firuza,
Yeah.
so yeah, so we've got in the week that we're going to be there, access is Friday and Saturday. Is that right?
Yes, yeah. I really like you to finish by Friday your trainings.
So
Can we start one day earlier?
yeah, well, we were thinking 3 days of training, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yes.
We'll probably travel in on Sunday and need Monday to get organized, make sure that we've got a buffer there, and then plan Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yes, that
Does
would
that-
be great. Yeah, I wanted to mention and I wanted to write about it because this week on Wednesday our university accepted some first installment of this grant and we started already action of this April conference. Yeah, and hopefully on Monday when one of our vice rector on international relations, he comes, we are going to produce invitation letter officially to His Excellency and his wife, Dominic, and Jonathan Hennick. So we are working, so inshallah. So I think I talked this week with Kevin. Kevin is in Nepal, but by Monday he will be back. So I think he promised to work on the draft of call for proposals. By Tuesday we will send you, dear,
Okay,
the call for proposals. And if we distribute, and then I will work on conference agenda and other logistics. And Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you have to leave to Tashkent. Yes.
well,
Or
I figured out a new strategy. We're actually going to fly out of Irgench on Monday morning. And
oh, that's great. In that case, yeah,
we'll fly
on
to
Sunday morning.
so
Yeah.
we'll fly Monday morning from Irgench to Istanbul. We'll fly. We don't have to go to Tashkent. We're going to go to Tashkent at the start of our trip.
Oh, nice. So in
Yeah.
that case, yeah, we would have time with you. Otherwise, we are a little bit jealous to get that they are stealing our Mr. Allen and Mrs. Allen. So, yeah, thank you. So on Sunday, we'll have a special trip to Ichankala. Yeah, and Nurullah Bay Palace. Yeah, it's special with a guide. And then Nukus, my friend Dina really wanted to have you maybe dinner Sunday evening. We'll plan Sunday evening because she already planned it and said that she wants to stay and to negotiate, to talk with you. You know, she really liked this project. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here is what I've slowly been thinking about for those 3 days while we're there.
Yeah.
Is I was wondering, and this is just an idea, and I really want your feedback on whether this is a good idea or not, is on Tuesday would be to invite everyone who hasn't been involved in the project back.
Yes.
Just kind of wrap up and conclude and give them a chance, because really what I'd like to hear is what worked and what didn't work, how they've used the material in their classrooms, and collect that information a little bit. So, so that other people could see it.
Yeah, this one I will write it down, wrap up. Yes. So wrap up about, yes, there are, you know, many teachers writing to me that they really want to participate. Even I couldn't explain many of them that our resource only available for 30 teachers. Yes. Do we have again this time again? Are you coming with resources? I don't.
I am
some
not.
Resources.
Well, that's what, you know, a lot of all our money for resources went into that first section. And so.
Oh, nice. So that's why, yes.
So we
really, sorry for asking you directly.
No,
this
please.
clarifies. Yeah.
No, that's a good question.
Yeah.
It's a really good question.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yes, it will help me.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
So,
is it okay if I invite like around 8 more teachers from university and 3 more teachers from schools?
Well, here's what we're wondering is, you know, what I really hope happens with these 3 days would be to train. So one day would be just to kind of wrap up with the teachers that we've had.
Yes.
My thinking for the next day would be take some of those teachers, because you and I know that some teachers are using it a lot, some teachers are using it a little. That's just the nature of it. But those
Yes.
that used it a lot, that really are excited about it, I was wondering if we would do a special. So the first day would be for everybody. The next 2 days would be for a smaller group that we would train so that they could lead the workshop without us. We would bring resources for them so that they would be able to do what Joan and I did, not for 3 days, but maybe for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And train other teachers.
Yes.
And is that something that you think would be useful?
Yes, cascading. Yeah, I really like it. Yes, these RPMs, you know, from ESN program, they know this word already, cascading, because
Right.
they done it. Yes, and they have experience. So now, right now, from yesterday, we started second cohort of every Friday cascading. So I kind of explained them instructions. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I think they are ready for this. You will choose yourself among them who are interested, who are not. But I really like to develop one more thing, certificate. You
Yeah.
and rector and me, maybe. Yes, I will be the third. The first, if you don't mind, if we put you or rector, and then three signatures.
Yeah.
If we design, I will send you one sample,
Yeah.
one sample certificate from Access program. You will see. What do you think? If we design
And
and
this would
print,
be something we would give everybody on that first day as a wrap up, right? Everyone who's participated would get
yeah,
that kind of finishes their participation. They have
yes,
a
exactly.
certificate. Yep.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep. No, I think that's,
Because our teachers, they love certificates. I don't
yep.
know, they love it. Yeah, they
And
are
especially if it
obsessive.
has the rector's name on it and has the US Embassy logo on it.
Yes, logo,
Yep.
yes, US Embassy logo and your program logo if you design. But I will send you one sample. You will, I think you can design in your free time. So I think where we can print it. Do you think we can print it here or
I can print it
we
here.
can print it?
Yeah, I can come
Yeah.
with those. We can have those. I'll have them so we can write the names and sign them when we get there.
Yeah.
Will
Yes.
that
This
be okay?
this would be easier.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's easy for me to print here. That's not a problem.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, when we work on it and when we make sure that it's a final draft, yes.
Yes.
I will send you tomorrow evening. I will send you certificate sample, and
Okay.
then I really like you to show two of your treasures with Johnny on a conference, because treasure activities, your treasured activities.
Yep.
Treasured activities that you love always, I think you understand this.
Right. Some of
Like,
some of
yeah.
Joe's favorite energizer relationship builders, ones that anybody could use.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I like all of your activities, but the time is limited. So what you come, it's up to you if you come up with your favorite activities. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And
How
then
many-
all access coordinators, they might invite you to their universities. All of them. I'm sure. All
how
of them.
many participants would we expect in a workshop? Do you know? How many would we?
Yes, I know. Yeah, so there are total now 56 teachers, access teachers, 56 total, and we have 10 plus 10 10 guests from US Embassy and American consuls. So 66, yes, plus 4 more, maybe some volunteers. It might be total 80 with us. If we include their urgent access, we are 4, Kushkopir access, we are 3, so total will be 80 people.
And would all 80 every workshop?
No, we have first and second day from 9 a.m. till like 11, there will be plenary sessions. So plenary sessions, and after plenary sessions, they will divide into 2 concurrent sessions. So there are 3 classrooms. So if we divide 80 in your workshop, there might be 20.
20 to
You know.
30.
Yes,
Okay.
because Kevin is planning the call for proposal. Yeah. So then when we work agenda, I will let you know. So you have 1 plenary and you have 1 workshop. Johnny will have 1 workshop. Yes. It's Johnny.
Yeah, I'm trying to follow
Yeah.
it. Like 9 to 11 is a workshop. There's 3 different workshops.
Yeah, so they'll break into
Yes,
groups and we're being asked to do a workshop. So
We're doing one together. Like, or is
I
it
think
GS
one was
concept?
more STEM and one being more energizers relationships. So
But are they-
we do 2 workshops, but we can do them.
Are they?
They wouldn't be at the same
separated or
time.
is-
Would I be able to help Joni with her
Not-
workshop and she could help me with my workshop?
Yes. Yeah. Great. Yeah. I will take into consideration this one. Yes. That
So
would be great. Yeah.
it's 9 to 11, we're doing a workshop. No.
And the
okay.
workshops were what? Half an hour? 30
No, I think workshops, they said that 20 minutes or 25 might be.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, so they're quick.
20 minutes.
That's short.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know.
So that's where you're
Yeah.
talking 1 or 2 treasures. That's all you have time for. Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Oh, you gotcha. Gotcha now.
That's
So-
one of them. Gotcha is one of them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
How
cool.
is Sasha?
Sasha is
Sasha.
she is getting better. Sasha, do you want to say
Sasha?
hi to Feruza? You say hi to Feruza.
Is she feeling good?
Yeah, it's coming. She's walking on it and not using the crutches as much.
Mm. Yeah. I would like to show your dress. Let me bring it.
Okay.
Let me
Here
bring
she
your
comes.
dress. Yeah. Yeah.
There's other people too.
Hi, Sasha. How are you?
Hi. Oh, Ellen, can you move that? Wait.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
You may not know, Sasha broke her leg. She got injured playing hockey.
You can show me your boot. It's joy. Cute. Oh my gosh, what time is it there? It's at night.
It's 8 o'clock.
They
at
got
night.
done
Okay,
teaching.
dang. Oh my gosh, it's late.
So they've all had a long day of teaching.
I bet they're going to bed and we're waking up.
I know.
How are you, Sasha? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Thank you. Nice to meet you all. Nice to meet you.
Nice
Yes,
to see you.
Again.
nice to see you.
Thank you.
How was your leg?
My
now?
leg?
Hi, Sasha. Hi. Look at them all. They're all writing to
That's
you.
so cute. My leg is good. It's pretty good.
Hakan git orada.
It's healing.
And
Maya
then-
bu bize gepleşin.
oh.
Yeah, so let me show ya. Hi Sasha, how are you?
Hi, Feruza. I'm good. How are you? Oh, that's
This is
gorgeous.
your dress. Yeah.
Oh,
Let
nice.
me show you.
Look at the color.
Yeah, maybe when you come, you can like it. Yeah. Here
Yeah.
is the back side. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I will buy for you like this devil's eye bracelet. The evil's eye. It will
Oh,
keep
evil's
you.
eye.
So I will try to find match this color.
Yeah,
All
they're
right.
Yes.
both on every wrist and the ankles.
Yeah.
And This one is Johnny's.
Oh,
Johnny, look at
nice. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, this
Color.
is nice.
Woo!
Maybe when you wear it looks nice. Nice. When you
Yes,
wear.
thank you.
That's gorgeous.
Uh-huh.
Those are
Yeah.
beautiful.
So how are you, Sasha? How is your leg?
I'm good. My leg is good. It's healing. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm doing good.
Oh,
are you?
nice. Yeah, thanks to Allah. Yeah, I'm good. So
Nice.
are you working a little bit?
Am I
I'm
working?
working now.
In school,
Yes, I am.
lots of school.
Oh,
Lots
great.
of school
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, yeah. But you are smart girl. You will manage. So we'll pray for you.
Thank you.
So in March we are going to cook sumalak. So we'll make special wish for this as well to you.
Ah, that's right. It's almost
Sumalak.
Salat time. Yeah, springtime.
Yeah, springtime. So it's from wheat sprout. We cook it almost one day, and sumalak means like 7 angels food. Angels food. So
Ooh,
it's special tradition. Yeah.
wow.
We'll keep one jar for you,
Yeah,
especially.
I had it when I was
You will
in,
like it.
when I was in Samarkand, I was there for spring, that's Navrouz, right?
Yes, Navruz. Yeah.
Yes. Yep,
Navrouz.
I was there for that right before I came home. A fun
Yeah.
tradition, nice spring tradition.
That's so cool.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Sasha. You look nice. Great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Sasha. Yeah. Take care.
All right.
Take care.
Well, good to
Bye,
see ya.
everybody.
Yeah. Bye, Sasha. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for another good
So-
session, and Feruza will be in touch about more planning, okay? But thanks for talking a little bit
Yes, yeah.
about it.
Thank you,
All right.
dear. Take care. Don't get
Take
tired.
care. All right.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody. Be
Bye,
well.
Johnny.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sleep well.
Bye. Bye.
Sweet
Thank you.
dreams.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.